Hey guys, what's up? So I'm in the Star Trek mirror world with Evil Kirk and Evil Spock, and out of the goodness of their hearts, they've told me everything to know about Splatoon 3. All the tips, all the tricks, everything. They've told me everything to know about Splatoon 3. So I'm going to come back to my reality and I'll tell you guys all about it so that you guys can become really good at Splatoon 3. And I'm going to take this stuff off because it's really annoying. Hello, it's me, Christopher, aka Boinga. Now, Splatoon 3 is a hard game to learn, but what you're about to watch is the ultimate Splatoon 3 guide. What the best weapons are, what the worst weapons are, strategies, advanced movements, and many more things will be included in this guide. For beginners just starting off or experts trying to get even better at the game, this video is for you. Now, before we can start playing, we need to know how to play. And what I mean by that is your controls. Stick controls are the way to go, because motion controls are 1, hard, and 2, you have to move your hands, which isn't fun because that's exercise. If I wanted to exercise, I would run track, but I don't want to exercise. Do I look like someone who wants to exercise? When I sit down for a game, it's to sit down for a few hours like a sack of potatoes. Next for your controls is sensitivity. So if you're like a grandpa who's really slow, you're going to want your sensitivity high. So even though you're slow, you're still fast. Like my favorite blue blur, Sonk the Chipmunk. And if you're a kid who's like really hyper, you're going to want your sensitivity low. You definitely won't get bored like that. But if you're a middle-aged man like me, then you're going to want your controls somewhere in the middle. So I guess I'll just quickly talk about advanced movement. That's your squid rolls, squid surges, wall jumps, and substrafing. There are a few other techniques, but these are the most important ones. Now, my best tip is just to not use them. Yup. They're too hard to use, and if you don't use them, then your opponent will get confused about why you didn't use it, and then you can just easily splat them. Like Sun Tzu once said, to be smart, you have to first be dumb. Now, I couldn't find the actual quote where he said that anywhere online, but I'm pretty sure that he did. Now that you know how to play the game, you're going to need to know what you're playing with, your weapons. Now, the worst weapon in the whole entire game that you should never use is the E-Liter 4K. With this weapon's short range and how much ink it uses, makes this weapon without a doubt the worst one in the game. Absolute trash. Never play it. On the other hand, the absolute 100% best weapon in the game is the Undercover Brella. With this weapon's amazing range, damage, and a super strong shield, this weapon is unstoppable. And, I mean, can we all just agree that Reef Slider is the best special weapon in the game? Thank you. Now that you know how to play and what to play with, you're ready to do some matches. So I'll just quickly say how to fight as a team. The biggest no-no of fighting as a team is communicating or encouraging your team. You see, in this game we're all leaders, not followers. So when you communicate or encourage, you're taking charge. Being a team captain, if you will. So after you do that, your whole team will hate you. And you're an alpha male / female, not a beta male / female. So you'll never be able to show your face in Splatoon 3 again. You'll have to delete your game save data and throw your game in the trash and set it on fire with a flamethrower. The second biggest no-no is helping your teammates from enemies. Your teammates are big boys and girls, so if you help them, then how are they going to learn to fend for themselves? And it's the same thing as before with the alpha and beta male / female thing, where if you help them, then they're gonna hate you. And you'll have to delete your game save data, throw your game in the trash, and set it on fire with a flamethrower, and you'll be miserable for the rest of your life. Well, why the extra part? I don't know, I guess I just like to freshen things up. Get it? Because Splatoon's all about being fresh and stuff, but I'll see myself out. Okay, now that you know how to play, what to play with, and how to play as a team, I guess I did say that this would be an ultimate guide, so I'll give one tip for each mode, and then I'll move on to Salmon Run, because a lot of people are terrible at that mode. No joke. Alright, here we go. Splat zones. Don't worry about inking the zone. Let your teammates do it, and try to splat the other team. Tower control. Never, ever get off the tower, even if you're about to die, because you have to stand your ground and send a message to your enemies that the tower is yours and yours alone. Clam Blitz. When you get the football, just head straight for the other team's goal. You'll get it eventually. Probably. Maybe. Rainmaker. Always run with the Rainmaker the second the barrier pops, and never put pressure on the other team by shooting at them, because when they eventually get to you and splat you, they'll dance on your remains, hate you, and you'll have to delete your game save data and throw your game in the trash and set it on fire with a flamethrower. Lastly, Tableturf Battle. And I don't know, I barely even played this mode. I stopped when I realized that I had to make my own card sets. There's so many cards, I feel like my brain is gonna explode! Alright, now it's time for Salmon Run. So, everyone knows the main goal of Salmon Run, right? Getting as many golden eggs as possible from splatting boss salmonids and throwing them into the basket before the time runs out. So if you want to get as many golden eggs as possible before the time limit runs out, that means you're going to have no distractions. And that means leaving all the lesser salmonids alone and just going straight for the bosses. And if you die in a 10 Quahog mosh pit, then it's alright, because your teammates will just revive you. Which brings us to our second distraction, reviving people. Don't do it. It wastes time that you could be having for destroying big shot, stingers, or flyfish. I hate these things! Alright, next tip is to never lure bosses close to egg basket. You see, when you lure bosses to the egg basket, you insult their intelligence, and I'll have you know that salmonids are very intelligent. So with their dying breath, they'll yell out, "Give them hell!" AKA glowflies. Next round, they'll give you glowflies. Which is actually our next tip of not going somewhere safe like a wuss, and instead fighting all the salmonids head on. You'll be fine. I hope. And just like that, now you can play Splatoon 3 absolutely, positively, expertly. Just like me. But guess what else? This video was an April Fool's video! Yeah, you all thought it was real, but it wasn't. It was fake. But I guess that you could just do the opposite of everything that I said in this video and you'll be fine. So in the end, we all win. Well, this was Christopher, aka Boinga, and I guess in my next video I won't make it a prank video. Or will I? Yeah, I won't. Okay, bye.